Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be building a custom wooden Biesmeyer-style fence for our bandsaw. It's one of the bigger issues with bandsaws like this. A lot of them don't come with fences. Luckily, this one does have two holes that are tapped right here, so I can build a wooden Biesmeyer tract style fence right here. And then we're going to use some leftover pine that we're going to square up on the jointer. Use some hardwood to actually make the guide that's going to sit down in our track. And then with the addition of a simple Harbor Freight toggle clamp, we're going to be able to make it a fence that works for our bandsaw. It's going to be square. It's going to have a set of gauges or a scale right here on the front side. So let's get into the build and I'll show you guys how we tackle it. The only materials needed is going to be some scrap pieces of plywood, some hardwood, and something to use for your actual fence, and a toggle clamp or some way to actually hold down your fence. You could just use a set of quick clamps, but having a clamp on the back end of the fence is going to be extremely, convenient. So let's get over to. Alright, so this bandsaw fence project starts off by cutting and ripping all your material to the proper lengths. There's a little bit of milling for the fence itself that needs to get jointed and then planed and or ripped to make it a perfect square rectangle or tube, rectangular tube. Not sure exactly what to call that, but rectangular prism is probably the right word. But to get your fence milled down, that would need to be done on the jointer and the planer, but everything else can be done right here on the table saw, just getting everything cut and ripped to the proper lengths and sizes. After the jointer, the next thing you need to do is actually assemble your T-section of your fence, or the latching portion. That portion is going to be made up of hardwood, so I want to make sure that it doesn't have any give to it. I'm just going to end up gluing and screwing some pieces of mahogany together. One, it'll look nice, and two, it's plain durable. And then I need to actually cut and assemble the parts for the actual track. You guys will see how I kind of figure that out once we get back over to the bandsaw. But after the pieces are kind of milled up, we'll head over to the bandsaw and kind of figure out how everything's going to go together. Alright, so now we have our Biesmeyer style fence with our mahogany inlay, or mahogany fence section right here. The next thing we need to do is actually cut a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that's actually going to go across here. And then we need to build a bottom base, and then something back here for our clamp to actually clamp onto. So we're actually going to use the fence to get our measurements for how long and how far this piece needs to come down itself. So we want it to rest right up underneath the fence. It's probably going to go like right here. Actually, this is going to have two pieces of 3/4 right up underneath, and then another piece of 3/4. So that's going to be that, and then this will dictate how tall this piece needs to be, and then I'll rip this piece and these to however wide they need to be to where they end up flush, so I can clamp up against it. So yeah, what I need to do is rip these to fit into this width right here. to be that width, whatever that is. So I need to rip these to that width. Then these are going to get attached to the back side of a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, and that will fit under here. And then with the fence sitting flush, I need to get this measurement from the top of here down to this. So let me rip those and make this piece or this section first, and then I'll figure out how much I need to rip my vertical piece. Then I'll come back and drill the holes into the side of here, and I also need to cut the fence to final length because I'm not going to leave it, you know, way out here. It's probably going to be back here somewhere. All right, let's get that set up and make these cuts. All right, so now we have all of our parts cut. We have our front rail. We have our back section here. Let's actually pivot this toward the camera just a little bit so you guys can see. We have our back rail that actually sits and rests right here with the fence. Our front rail that's going to attach. And we're going to have a position about here. One thing I do want to do is slide the fence forward. And then I can go ahead and clamp it down. All that's going to do is kind of hold this up. This front rail piece can still slide freely back and forward, and I still can tip it. So I'm going to flush these two up with each other. And right now, this is where I want this side to be registering off the top of the table. This side is a little low. I'm going to take my calipers, figure out what that is. On this side, it's about 3/16 below the table. This side can come up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is get that side. Now I can take this off. Yeah, that actually works out just fine. But I forgot, guys, I have to countersink these screw heads so my fence can still slide in between here. So I'll join you guys once I actually do that. I'll go ahead and attach everything together, and next time we get back over here, we'll have the fence all installed. All right, last thing left to do is install it. Seems to ride pretty square to the blade. And when I lock her down, it's not flexing the blade at all. And she seems to be pretty darn square. Let's check it to the miter gauge. According to the miter gauge, it toes in just a little bit. So it's saying I need another washer or two on this side. So we'll dial that in. Pretty much we'll back this one screw out, place another washer or two over here that will kick. Wait, if it's towing this way, I need to put a washer or two on this side, which will bring the fence around this way. So we're going to put all the washers I need in here to get this square. Another thing I want to do is end up adding a drilling a couple holes through here, so that way I can actually bolt on a taller auxiliary fence. But for many of us who have been needing a bandsaw fence, I think this is a great option. It's pretty quick and easy. I guess I should probably rip something. Let's see what we get. Probably should be using the push stick. I don't have a tape on me, but we have 40 millimeters and 40 millimeters. This side is just a little over 40 millimeters. Again, the fence does toe out that way, but I guess, or maybe the miter side very well might not be parallel to this thing, to the blade, but that's actually not bad from a DIY bandsaw fence. It's perfectly straight. The only thing I gotta do now is calibrate it toward the blade. I believe you want it to kind of drift this way anyway, because the blades don't want to naturally go one way. Bandsaw stuff, I'm pretty new. I'm just excited to finally have a fence. I do need to cut it shorter because this is way too long. I kind of do want to actually add a guide on this back side, but I probably won't. I'll probably just clamp that side if I have to worry about any deflection or anything. Alright, so I went ahead and shimmed out the fence to get it square with the miter slot over here. My next step is to set up a scale for the fence. So what I want to do first is score a couple lines so that way when I fill it in with pencil, well, my pencil has somewhere to follow and it won't just rubber away. That is my 0. That's actually pretty darn good. Let's bring it around here to where you guys can see it. Up here at the top, We have, I'll say about 2 and 15. And then we come down here to the bottom. Level out the tape. And like 2 and 7/8, where it started pulling off the fence just a little bit at the end. And now it's 2 and 15, 2 and 7/8. So a little bit of drift on the bandsaw, but that's not bad at all. Less than a 1/16 of an inch. I probably can get some more washers and dial that in a little bit more, but I think that's good. I have a rudimentary scale. I might add, you know, 1/2 inch and maybe 1/4 inch variances in here, but that works all the way up to 6 inches. Yeah, the fence works just fine. My scale is off by about a 1/16 of an inch, but that's not really a big deal at all. This is just kind of, you know, rough cutting anyway. So that's awesome. I might add some smaller increments in there, maybe like to 1/2 inch, but probably not. I think that works pretty darn good. And she locks down square every time I pull and tight up against the back. Yeah, so if you guys have enjoyed this cool upgrade to your bandsaw, if you guys plan to tackle one yourself, definitely let me know down in the comments. Let me know anything you guys would add to it. Again, I do plan to add a T-track tall resaw fence to it. You know, a little 5 or 6 inch fence that I can get in here. Yeah, other than that, I think this is going to work just fine. As far as deflection, there's a little bit back here on this side if you push on it really hard. So a clamp over here will definitely take care of that. I could also add a block of wood that's underneath here that kind of rides along the fence to help keep it square. But again, I don't think any of that's necessary. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed, let me know down below. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.